Donc, on va faire donc tout en anglais et le sujet sera donc hypnothérapie. Et donc, c'est une Américaine qui a gagné son apparition ici à notre partie le 17 février. Okay, so we have with us today Donna Hamilton, and I don't know exactly what is her specialty, but I think it's called hypnotherapy, and we're going to find out together what it is, because I'm sure most people don't know what it is. So Donna, thank you for being here today.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure.
And I hope this will serve a purpose for both of us, and that it will shed some light on the subject. I'm not exactly sure what it's about. I know there are a lot of people are not very maybe friendly with the idea of hypnosis, because for some reason it might create some problems or something. But anyway, can you first give us a little introduction on what it is exactly?
Yes. Actually, hypnotherapy is a therapy that utilizes hypnosis to overcome such things as childhood trauma, habits, weight control, increasing one's ability to perform in sports or to study better, improve memory, and increase their contact with their subconscious mind as well as their superconscious.
Is it scientifically? Is it a scientific way of doing things, or is it experimental?
That's an interesting question. It's not experimental because it's being done all the time. It's been used for many, many centuries in many different ways, mesmer being the first one.
Right, because
the
word mesmerizing, yes.
Right. And there were sleep temples in the ancient days that utilized hypnosis for healing and things like that. So as far as scientific, there are discrepancies in what scientific would mean as far as that particular
scientific
method
means
goes.
1 + 1 = 2 all the time. Is there any any variation in this? I mean, are the results always the same?
The results are never the same, I would say. The results are completely dependent upon the person's ability and willingness to change whatever it is that they would like to change. So it's dealing with the person's individual subconscious mind.
Okay, so you teach the person to do it then?
I do teach self-hypnosis. However, I don't teach hypnotherapy. When I do hypnotherapy, I have a
certain method of doing?
Yes, actually I help a client go into hypnosis. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis, because it's been stated that you cannot go into hypnosis unless you're willing to. So I couldn't hypnotize someone if they didn't want to go into it.
Is it a long process?
No, you can go into hypnosis in less than a second, actually.
Really?
Yes.
That fast?
Yes.
Okay, and being into hypnosis means what?
It means being in a very relaxed, focused state of mind, and it's a concentrating on a particular idea or subject. So things like traffic noises or anything else that won't disturb. That's correct. You can actually use that to your advantage during hypnosis, suggesting that someone could go into a deeper state of relaxation when they hear noises and things like that. So it's just very focused.
Okay, so basically it helps the person focus on their problem, first of all.
Actually, you have the person focus on your voice or a particular reverie that you would send them on, relaxing the body and the mind first, the conscious mind, because you don't want to use the conscious mind, which is very analytical and critical, during the process of hypnosis. You want to just put that aside, as well as the personality, so that you can access the subconscious mind directly and get the answers to all the questions that everything is in the subconscious mind that we've ever experienced.
Okay. So no matter what the problem, there's an answer?
Absolutely. Yes. The person has the answer within themselves. So I don't have the answer for them, and I don't suggest any answers to them. I just ask them questions and access the answers directly from their subconscious mind.
Okay. So the person is in a natural state then?
That's correct.
And they simply relaxed, which you call hypnosis, and focus on some kind of subject, and then out of this they try to find out the solution to their problem.
That's right. We go into hypnosis very naturally. All of us go into the state of hypnosis. It's this state we go into right before we fall asleep, where we're just very relaxed and kind of, it's a dreamlike state that you're aware and yet you're ready to drift at the same time.
Okay. And how long does the session last? I mean, suppose I have a problem, I come to you. How long does it gonna last for me to fix it?
That varies as well, depending on the root of the problem, depending on whether or not you want to get into just having affirmations suggested by me, or if you just want to actually delve into childhood problems that could be associated with it. So it varies. I often have, I recommend, for example, if someone wants to quit smoking, that it would be between 2 and 4 sessions, and each one running about 1 hour.
Okay, so they would say, why am I smoking and why can't I quit, and go through all that?
Yes, I would, first we would talk about their habits around smoking, and we would try to remove some of the ideas around the habit itself.
Yeah.
The hands that they use to smoke with, and the places that they smoke and the times that they smoke. And between the first and second session, they would have different places to smoke in different ways and use the different hand and things like that. So they would just get in touch and very aware of the habit itself. And then we would work on subconscious reasons for smoking that are aside from the habit, and go into whatever reasons they want to stop smoking and really enhance those ideas for health and expense or whatever they may be.
Okay, so and sometimes it works?
So far it's worked with all the clients that I've used hypnosis on to quit smoking, and I've had excellent results.
Are they kind of permanent results?
Yes, and that also is a choice. If for some reason someone decides they want to start smoking again or whatever it is.
That was their personal choice.
That's their choice, right. As well as deciding to quit with hypnosis. It's a wonderful tool to use along with the desire to quit. They have to have the desire.
Okay, so is the job of what you do, is it something that you learned to do?
Yes, I did. I went to a state-approved clinical hypnotherapy training program.
I see. So it is a specialization in a certain kind of therapy, right?
Yes, it is.
It's like moving from nurse to a little bit to therapist, right?
Actually, I didn't.
You were not even a nurse, no?
I'm an X-ray technologist by trade as well.
See. Okay, so it's a little bit related.
A little bit, yeah, but it isn't. It's some sort of therapy, I guess, being an X-ray technologist. I just love working with people, and I love teaching self-esteem. So that was the way. I had hypnotherapy. I was a client that quit smoking with hypnosis, and I really began to believe in it after I had some sessions in hypnotherapy.
I see. Okay, well, so you felt that it was effective, so you decided to do it yourself, right? Is that basically it?
Yes.
You are yourself a client.
Yeah.
Like we had say. Yeah.
That's how I learned about hypnotherapy.
Okay. All right. Is there any practical advice that you can give maybe to the average person who doesn't go see a therapist? I mean, what can they do for themselves? I mean, if they have a problem.
I think that the bottom line of all of our problems, this is just my belief, that it's associated with our self-esteem level and how we feel about ourselves physically, mentally, and spiritually. Our self-esteem, I think, is the foundation upon which we build everything in our lives. So if we have habits that don't really fix our or work for our health or in our lives, if we look at our self-esteem first and see how we feel, how worthy we feel, I think that that's the first thing that we need to work on in all areas. And that's why I work with hypnosis and teach self-hypnosis and get people in touch with their self-esteem level first.
And how can a session of 1 hour change a person's self-esteem? The self-esteem is there. I mean, you cannot change it in 1 hour. I mean, you can change it maybe in 4 years if they go to school, get a degree, then their self-esteem is higher. But in 1 hour, they're still the same person when they walk out.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I've had some profound experiences with people, and I would never suggest to anyone that I could raise their self-esteem several notches in 1 hour, but I would say that bringing this idea to a person's awareness would be the first step. And
when you say self-esteem, I mean, what is it? The person might not think too much of themselves in some area? I mean,
right.
physically or intellectually, or...
Exactly. They're just how they feel about themselves, not how they're concerned with other people feel about them or what what a person's ego needs or things like that, but how they truly feel about themselves in their heart and how they feel that they deserve and what they deserve in their lives. And living truly for themselves as opposed to living for anyone else or for society's expectations. I think we need to live in society, but I don't think that we need to conform necessarily always to society. I think that whatever we truly feel in our heart, it's often been referred to as the still small voice or intuition, listening to our heart, things like that. We've, in the society that I grew up in, through certain areas in religion and within my family and the school system, I learned that I was, quote, supposed to be a certain way, and that I needed to conform to that. And it didn't necessarily work for what I felt inside, so there was this internal conflict going on all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And with this conflict, I didn't know what to listen to because I was expected to do this for a certain group and that I wouldn't be accepted otherwise. And through therapy and as well as hypnotherapy and reading and studying about self-esteem, as well as teaching self-esteem, I learn every day when I teach and share with someone else in a session. I've learned to listen more to my voice and do what I need to do for my life.
Okay, so it's a learning process, continuous learning process for you as well as for the client. I mean, you're learning from their mistakes also.
Right, from what they're sharing and the things that they do. That the words sometimes that come out of my mouth surprise me just as much as them, because it's just a flowing process. And I work very intuitively, and whatever comes along to share with them often really helps me in many ways. And I feel like the process is a lifelong process. It's not just a 4-year degree program process or a 1-hour hypnotherapy process. But I think that every tool that we can get to help us along that will really benefit us in the whole path.
It's not good to have too high of a self-esteem too, because then you think you're too much of yourself. That's not good. And then maybe you have a lower level of self-esteem for others. I don't know. I mean, you should maybe put yourself at the level of the other person. This way, you don't think you're better or whatever. I mean, it's self-esteem or could be measured in 2 different levels. Your personal self-esteem and your esteem toward others also. I mean, how you think of others. Because when you say self-esteem, you're always comparing yourself to the majority of people around you.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I define self-esteem as just within the self, the esteem within the self. And the idea that I had growing up, like I was saying before, about other people needing to be accepted by other people and things like that, was not about my self-esteem, but that was more about what the expectations of other people were. But if I feel that the way I would define self-esteem is it's the way that I truly feel about myself, that I deserve to be here. I feel like it more on a spiritual level, that I feel very good about myself, and I feel very good about everyone else, about whatever it is that that person has to offer. And I like to connect with that person, the higher self of that person, or just look beyond appearance and really see what that person is made of. And I think that we're all made of something very special. And connecting with that part of someone else allows me to feel okay with myself, even when I'm connecting with no matter who it is, because I'm connecting with a higher part of me outside of the ego or outside of needing to compare myself with anyone else.
Okay. Okay, so I think you have described it very good. So it's the number of sessions vary from individual to individual. If they want to come back, then you say, all right, you can come back, or you are the one who decides if they are cured or not, whatever. is the client has to come back. You don't say you'll need 4 sessions or 5 sessions. It's
Right.
if the who decides, you or the client?
Oh, they absolutely decide. I always feel like when somebody's ready to take the next step, then that's time for them to come back. And I recommend, even when people call me about quitting smoking or losing weight or whatever it is, to begin a study program or something, that they really have the desire to begin whatever it is or to quit whatever it is, because I can't do it for them. I can't cure anybody or heal anybody in the sense that some people have thought that I could. So it has to come from them.
You connected with the clinic, right?
No, I'm not.
You're independent.
Yes.
I see. Because a receptionist answers, so I thought maybe you were part of a clinic in general. I mean, who offer also other services like you see maybe or something.
Oh, that was an X-ray technology place. That I was.
Okay, so you do both.
Yes.
That's right. Okay, so the only thing is maybe clarify the myth about hypnosis. I mean, there's maybe 2 different meanings to it. There's hypnosis where you're completely not there, and then there's hypnosis, the one that you just described, right? So, I mean, some people say, I'm going to hypnotize you, and the person is totally out of it, and they can make them do whatever they want. And then there's hypnosis that you describe where the person is simply relaxed and focused on the problem. And then before they leave your office, you tell them to go back to normal, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a fair description of the misconception that someone says, I'm going to hypnotize you, and there are even books of long ago that the front cover has a guy standing there with a bolt of lightning shooting down over a guy that's laying on a bed, and it's called hypnosis. And that is very Hollywood.
That's not it.
Exactly. If someone isn't willing to go into hypnosis, then it's very difficult. I've tried many times to hypnotize my mother, for example, and she wanted to be hypnotized. But she wasn't willing to give up the control. So it's a matter of being able to let go and relax, and just be willing to allow yourself to have the process. Because the conscious mind is very used to being in control. It's always in control. It's always doing all the thinking and making the decisions and things like that.
Mm-hmm. So you basically tell people lose that control a little bit.
I just actually tell them to let go of the conscious mind, because we don't need to analyze or criticize the session that's going on right now, that they can do that later, and that you actually have more control when you're in hypnosis. And I'm sure you've seen or heard about stage hypnosis shows. And when people volunteer to go on stage for hypnosis, and someone says that, oh, you can dance better than you've ever, than anybody in the world, or you can do like a chicken, and all the things that people always say, don't make me turn into a chicken. People are doing those things because their inhibitions are down. And they truly can go into hypnosis, and they trust the person that's up there. And often when you've seen the stage hypnotist do a quick little demonstration in the beginning, he or she may send someone down off the stage because they're just not ready or willing to give up that inhibition for a stage show right then. But the people are very willing and very excited about being there, and it is a wonderful freeing feeling, and it's a very relaxing state to be in, and people love it.
So you can make the person do things.
I can suggest things to people that they want to have suggested to them, and if they decide not to do it, then they can decide not to do it. I've seen people in hypnosis even refuse to do the dance or whatever on the stage, and so it is always a choice. And if they're willing to do it, then they'll go up there. And I've been in the stage shows as well as assisting in some stage shows. And before I ever knew anything about hypnotherapy, I was in a stage show, and she couldn't make me do anything, but when she suggested that it was very warm out, or that we were on a bus, or there was a scene or something, then it was just like being right there in your imagination.
Oh, they kind of make you feel that you are there or whatever.
Right, because the subconscious mind is where the imagination is seated, and the imagination is where we have all of our dreams. And if we want to dream about going to Hawaii or Paris, for example, we can just close our eyes and be there. And you can do the same thing and include more of the senses when you're in hypnosis.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. So basically all this myth about hypnosis is really most of it wrong. I mean, there's no such a thing as commanding someone to do things and stuff like that. I mean, there's a little bit of truth that you can tell them to let their barriers down. That's a little bit of truth there, but to completely be in control of another person, that's almost impossible.
That's my belief completely.
Yeah, because the person always go back to their natural state after maybe a few minutes or after an hour or whatever.
Right.
I mean, you cannot stay in hypnosis very long, right?
Right. You can stay in hypnosis for a long time. I've done a session that was 4 hours. That was an incredible amount of child abuse, and the person just wanted to go through the whole thing and just be there with it. And there was no time limit, so we just worked through the whole thing. And 4 hours later, she came out of it, and she was very much back to herself and had worked through a lot of things. And however, you can have a 5 or 10 minute hypnosis session and just suggest wonderful, pleasant scenes or relaxation, and just feel like there's been a wonderful rest, because you get the conscious mind to just go to rest for a little while. And it's been said that 15 minutes of hypnosis is equal to 4 hours of very good sleep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you're just letting everything down. The body's very relaxed. Even better than when we're sleeping at night, because we're often very tense thinking about what it was during the day and what we have to do tomorrow and things like that.
It's very good.
So it's very good for the body and the mind.
So you can do it yourself to yourself.
Right.
So what do you say to yourself?
I just can go into hypnosis.
To yourself?
I'm going into hypnosis now, and I just take in a breath and I just access that part of me. And that's what I also teach when I teach the self-hypnosis classes. And in the beginning, and even sometimes whenever someone wants to, you can go into a process which is called progressive relaxation, and relax the toes and then the feet, and just feel warm, wonderful relaxation moving all the way up the body into the legs and into the pelvis, and just feel the relaxation coming over your body, and just notice a warm, very nice feeling. You can go on a reverie into a beautiful place in nature and just relax and give yourself suggestions that I can remember everything that I read, or I can run faster and faster every time, or whatever it is, or
whatever you
healing your
suggest to you.
body. Right.
Okay, that's good. Then go back to reality the next day. That I cannot run that fast.
No, you actually can increase your running speed. And yeah, because you're focusing again, and then when you get to the running place, your subconscious mind has those suggestions in there, and you just go with it. And it's not something that you have to consciously think about, just like you don't have to consciously think about walking anymore, because your subconscious mind knows how to walk now. But when you're first trained to walk, you kind of hold on and fall down and get up. And so.
Okay, so everything with us is try and error and then finally getting it. I mean, it's same with hypnosis. Probably if a person tries a few times, then they know how to do it in the end. I mean,
right. It's a learning process. You know, just like
Did you learn very fast to hypnotize yourself or others? Was it very fast for you to learn that?
I did actually learn very fast, and perhaps it was because I had a few sessions, and I also had a very good school, good training program, and I was very excited about it, and I wanted to learn it. So
how long it took you? About 6 months? No more?
I went to the beginning part of the school for a summer, and then I just continued education from that point.
On yourself, probably.
Right, and I just began teaching self-hypnosis right away, and just get better and better at teaching it, and better with yourself when you use it all the time.
Okay, well, I think we have presented the subject. I'm glad we took some of misconception out of the word hypnosis, you know. And I was wondering why, I don't know, you probably met some objection to hypnosis from different groups. Do you know why they object to it?
Sometimes people just object to hypnosis because of fear, because of those common misconceptions. And it's the fear of the unknown. People are often afraid to lose control, and there's such a desire in this society to be in control and to know the outcome and to know what's going to happen next. And the misconception about losing control tends to put people in that fear. So just that misconception is cleared up, that they're not going to lose control, yet they were going to gain more control over their own subconscious mind, then I think people will be steered in a new direction.
Okay, so basically it's a therapy that has proven itself over the years. I mean, how long have people been doing this? For years, I suppose.
Oh, centuries.
Centuries.
Yes.
Okay, so this is like natural healing, I would say, kind of.
Yes, it is. It's healing.
You don't give them a pill or anything.
Right. It's a holistic approach.
Holistic
Yes.
approach. Okay. So I think we have presented the subject, unless I missed a few things. I don't know. Is there anything you think we should know about this method?
I would like for people to know that it is accessible. Yes, it's available, and it's a short-term process of therapy, and it empowers the self. It really helps the self. The person that is there for the therapy is the one who is doing the work, and they're the ones that are empowered, and not the therapist.
And sometimes people inflict things on themselves that they can get rid of, right?
Right.
See, I mean, if someone says, I have a problem with this, it's maybe an imaginary problem.
Right. You can take it's a very new way of looking at your life and at yourself, and of controlling your thoughts, because our thoughts are basically what controls our life. We think something and then it happens, and we're thinking all day long, thousands and thousands of thoughts all day long. So if we can change the way that we think, we can change our approach to something, we can enjoy being in a traffic jam as opposed to being frustrated about being in a traffic jam, and we can just focus on relaxing.
Okay, so I think that will close. You mean, can you really do that? Be in a traffic jam and feel good about it?
Oh yes, that's the biggest challenge I had, and I just listen to the radio now, enjoy the music, and just get into a very focused, relaxed state of self-hypnosis. And
I see. Well, that's
enjoy the people and the sights around. So, just a new way of looking at it.
Okay, well, thank you for being here. I think the hardest hypnosis would be maybe for a mother to be at work and thinking that her children are home and worry, and that how can she hypnotize herself not to worry, for example, and she has to convince herself that everything's okay, something like that.
Right. What a person like that could work on would be trust. Just trusting themselves, trusting the universe, and just trusting that they have to be where they are, so that just to trust to feel a good feeling about life. And
okay, because I'm here and not TV, and now my kids are home, so I'm worried a little bit.
Oh, so take a deep breath in. No.
No, it's just an example, but it's true that trust is okay. Yeah, that's a good philosophy. Anyway, this was Donna Hamilton. She gave us, I hope you get a few tips from her. Basically, there's nothing to fear about hypnosis. It's not hypnosis, it's something else. It's simply, I guess, getting inventory of yourself and maybe make some progress towards your problems. So thank you very much for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you.
On the French American TV.
Thank you.